Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. I'm PDG Mariluco, and I'm your moderator for this DisCon breakout session 2, Developing a New Generation of Rotary Leaders. We need to develop a new generation of Rotary leaders because many of our clubs are aging, and if we don't do anything, our clubs will die a natural death. We need to have a new generation of Rotary leaders, not only club leaders, but also, and most especially, a new generation of district leaders. This will be the sequence of our program. First, our guest of honor, my favorite, Gov Oyan Villanueva, will speak first, and then we'll give a few minutes for our panelists to give their reaction. After that, we're going to have our open forum and then the much awaited raffle. So friends, let's all start. Now, we have 3 panelists. The first is past President Alan Santiago from the Rotary Club of Ortigas. Then the other one is past President Bea de Guzman from the Rotary Club of Green Hills. And the third is past President Fabi Cadiz from the Rotary Club of Marikina. Our segment coordinator is past President June Angeles from the Rotary Club of Marikina South. And our rapporteur is past President Ruby from the Reyes from the Rotary Club of Suburban East Rizal. Now I would like to introduce our renowned guest speaker, my favorite, PDG Roland Oyan Villanueva. Gov Oyan received his medical technology degree from the La Loma Linda University of California, had specialized courses from the University of California. He had also a master's degree from the Asian Institute of Management. Gov Oyan is into real estate, hotel operation, shell gas station, liquor distribution, distributor of espresso machine, Italian coffee, bread confectionery, and poultry and pastry ingredients. He was an RIPR for District 3300, Malaysia. Also a Rotary coordinator for membership for Indonesia and the Philippines from 2012 to 2015. He was a training facilitator for GETS, breakout speaker, moderator, in international convention. He's a member of the Rotary Club of Baguio Summer Capital. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite speaker, Gov Oyan Villanueva.
Thank you very much, Governor Malu, for that very wonderful introduction. Wow. In fact, my home district is now 3,800 because I now live in Pasig. Can I have my presentation, please? There we go. Thank you very much. Wow. Now the topic is developing new generations of Rotary leaders. Well, this is the questions, my fellow Rotarians, that has been hounding us. And now that with the COVID that has happened, it is now very, very urgent that we act on this. Okay, but first and foremost, the 2020 Rotary Virtual Convention is still going on until the 26th of June, which is, well, today. And then there's going to be some breakout sessions as well next in July. And please do register now for the Taipei Convention. It is $315 for Rotarians 31 and above, and 30 and below guests are $100. And the One Philippines from your district, our chairman, past past, well, Rotary International Director, sorry, Rafi Garcia. This is his project. So we give 1.5 million pesos to the next Philippine hero. Okay, so the membership figures in the whole world has not been very good. It has been flat over the last more than 10 years, and recently it has plateaued, but in other countries, Western countries, this has gone down. But in Asia, surprisingly, it is going up, and part of it is the Philippines. And if you take a look at the breakdown of all of these of our population, you will notice that 47% are between 15 to 44. So if you probably bring that up to 18 years old, 21 years old, then you probably have about 30% of potential people who may join Rotary, the young people. And look at us. 45 to 74 is 12 and 5.8. Medyo bumababa na yata yung ating percentage sa this is the Philippines, my fellow Rotarians. And surprisingly, okay, with the bulk of the people in the younger age, if you take a look at the distribution of the age worldwide in Rotary, you only find 30 and below are only 10%. Okay, so if you ask us, how are we going to move forward, and who's gonna carry on Rotary in the next 100 years? I'm sorry, my fellow Rotarians, if we don't tap these people that are, and you saw the distribution, if we don't target these people that are majority of our population, then we wouldn't last in the next 10 years. I'm sorry to tell you that, my fellow Rotarians. Okay, Arlene. Okay, I'm resuming my Arlene. My presentation is moving. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much, Arlene. And we're not alone, my fellow Rotarians. The youth in other organizations also going down. Take a look at JCs, it's going down. Lions is also going down. Okay, and this is who we are, my fellow Rotarians. We are the original social network. You know, somebody was asked. It was a young person who was speaking in a Rotary function, a millennial, sabi niya, if you want to join the largest social network in the whole world, who do you join? You join Facebook. But if you want to join the largest social organization in the whole world, who do you join? It is Rotary, my fellow Rotarians. Okay, so we are it. But unfortunately, over the last few months, something hit us. And this is the reality, my fellow Rotarians. And this is going to affect how we do our Rotary. And it's going to also affect our present membership. If you take a look at the world GDP outlook, it is going down. And in the Philippines, look, it's going to be a negative growth. And Philippine unemployment data is also not looking very good. Why, my fellow Rotarians? Because I believe that in Rotary, this is an organization where you go after you have succeeded in your life, or if you want to succeed, and if you want, to show the world that you have made it, it is in Rotary. But unfortunately, if you don't look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, my fellow Rotarians, okay, pagka nawalan ka ng trabaho, safety and physiological needs such as your house, such as your job, your money, unfortunately, you go down the line. And Rotary is at the top. So during these times, what I'd like you to remember is this. You have to be very, very sensitive, because our target market more than likely have lost their jobs, okay, are about to lose their cars, are about to lose their houses because they cannot pay their mortgages, they cannot pay their cars, and they do not have even money to go to the restaurants. So this is the challenges that we have right now. But at the end of the day, we have to move on. And look, this is the relevance curve. This is our tipping point, my fellow Rotarians. And we have been at our tipping point. If you take a look at the growth of our membership, we are now at our turning point, and we have to reinvent what we do in Rotary. And my fellow Rotarians, for the longest time, this kind of meetings that we are doing now, the webinars in Zoom right now, is one of the reinventions. But my challenge to you is this: we have to do it in a different way, because the millennials, the people that we are targeting, simply will not be excited if we do it the same way that we do our meetings every single week. Let me give you just a story of Lego. Lego started out not with plastics. They started out with wood. But at some point in their time, the factory of Lego burnt down. So what did they do? They turned to plastic. And look at that. They turned to plastic. So they started small with plastic. And they slowly built it up with different varieties, targeting their customers. And lo and behold, look at what happened. Nintendo suddenly affected their sales. And what did they do? They started also developing games for their customers. And now they're also into movies. Like they say, if we can't beat them, join them. My fellow Rotarians, this is my challenge to each and every one of you. How can we now be relevant to these changing times? How can we now be relevant to all of these things that are going on right now? And if you take a look at the millennials, let us examine who they are. The millennials readily adapt to shift in technology. This is what we're doing right now. Grew up with smartphones and internet, want instant gratification. They crave for customized experiences. They crave for connections, optimistic and idealistic, environmentalist, always in social media. My fellow Rotarians, are we there as well? Are we talking their language? Look at the millennials. When they also look for their jobs, they look for companies that will show their costs. 77% of millennials are also involved in charity or causes. 61%. Okay. At the end of the day, my fellow Rotarians, it is about finding a good fit. The millennials are looking for ways to show off their energy. They're looking for ways in order to show what they like, their causes, and Rotary should be it. Somebody is controlling my PowerPoint. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, thank you very much. We attracting new members should be our attracting new members should be our main concern right now, because I tell you, our numbers are going down because of this, because a lot of Rotarians have been affected by this pandemic, and our numbers are not going to be very good in the next few months. So attracting them is key to growing our membership. Attracting them and developing future leaders are necessary in order for us to last for the next 100 years. But unfortunately, my fellow Rotarians, it's always a hit and a miss for all of us. So what I'd like you to do is always look at the way we do things in our Rotary clubs, our traditions, and then see what works and what does not work. And here it is, 8 tips for getting young people interested in your Rotary club. Because again, we know that these young people are our future, and we have to start developing them now. Number 1, organize interesting meetings, whether that be online or offline. Okay, my fellow Rotarians, tatagalugin ko na po. Yung Zoom na ginagamit natin, unfortunately, what we're doing is we're trying to make them from our regular brick and mortar weekly meetings into the online. No, we need to make them interesting, because if there is a young person looking at that Zoom, they will not be interested. And we need to create meetings, and we do not need long speeches. My fellow Rotarians, it is now time to shorten your speeches. Look at our traditions. How can we now move that into the online tradition as well? Update how and where you talk about Rotary. Examine your club dues. Unfortunately, this is now the time to examine our dues, because not everybody will be able to afford our dues. Provide alternatives to weekly attendance. Okay, engagement. Diba? They like to get their hands dirty. How can we do that? There are a lot of projects that can be done right now. Providing PPEs, and simply when you go out to the streets, there are a lot of people who are now in need of your help. Plan events that members can attend easily, especially now. Safely, my fellow Rotarians. Involve young members early to build club loyalty. Okay, my fellow Rotarians, ito lang sasabihin ko sa inyo. Okay, the young people are very technological savvy, but do not leave them, okay, doing that for the longest time in our in our weekly meetings. Kasi sabi nyo, okay, mahuhusay naman itong mga young Rotarians na to. Sila na lang humawak ng technicals dito. Unfortunately, my fellow Rotarians, that is not the answer. Leadership is what they want. This is exactly how I joined Rotary. I joined Rotary when I was 30 years old. Okay, and somebody gave me the microphone and said, "You take the helm. You be the leader." That is how I became a true Rotarian. I love Rotary because Rotary developed me into a great leader. Number 8, plan family-friendly projects and activities. Okay, so especially now, we are so prevented from doing a lot of things, and we can start with our own family. Okay, and look at this, my friend. Look at this. All of us are now in our homes. Let us capitalize. And look at this, 107 million total population. But look, there are more phones than our population in the Philippines. Internet use, 76 million. Social media, Facebook. Okay, Facebook pa tayo, my fellow Rotarians. It's my birthday right now. It's my 18th birthday of my daughter right now. And you know what she told me a while ago? There were fewer people greeting her in Facebook. Okay, where does the millennial greet now? Instagram. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of social media networks right now over there. Where are we targeting these people? And look, Facebook, YouTube, Facebook Messenger, Instagram. We need to analyze and see where our target customers are, and let us showcase what we do in Rotary, and then attract them into our folds by talking their language, because you already know that they love to help. You already know that they want to show our cause. Let us bring them into our fold, my fellow Rotarians, by showing them through videos. In Facebook, there are more likes and there are more reach if you show videos. But again, my fellow Rotarians, sanay na sanay tayo doon sa ating mga videos na puro nakaganon, nakaganyan, tapos nakakoten tayo. No. People join Rotary because they would like to get their hands dirty. And this is precisely what the young people like. And look, social media audience preference. Look at this. These are the people that we want to attract. They're there. During these times that we're all holed up in our homes, capitalize on it. Send out all of your great pictures and all of your great videos that you did over the last 10 years. These will attract the right audience. But again, my fellow Rotarians, attracting is different from retaining people. And my word for you is expectations versus reality. Okay? We are the greatest social and organization. We are the greatest humanitarian organization in the whole world. We always advertise that, and we truly are. But at the end of the day, when they join our club, this is not what they see. So how do you do that? Enhance your club's culture. Okay? Because the perception is different from reality. And we have to change the way we do things. Unfortunately, my fellow Rotarians, because that is why we are losing members, because when they join, they do not see what they saw in our advertisement. At the end of the day, my fellow Rotarians, the specialness of Rotary is about fit defining value. Ano ba yung value nung pagsali sa Rotary? Is it fit regarding their needs? Yung bang needs nila fit? If there is fit, there is value. The specialness of our club's activities to the needs of our Rotarians. So what am I telling you this? What am I telling you? If we want to attract the young generations, and if you want to succeed in the next 100 years, we need to adapt. We need to be relevant to the changing needs. We need to be relevant to our future leaders. And how do you do that? We need to fit their needs, okay? Fit defines value. The greater the fit, the greater the value. My fellow Rotarians, we need to move on. We need to have people that will succeed us in the next 100 years. And if we don't act now, and if we don't talk their language, we will not survive in the next 5 to 10 years. My fellow Rotarians, good afternoon, and thank you very much.
Thank you, past District Governor Oyan Villanueva. I would like to share a few slides po with the rest of you for my reaction to Gov Oyan's presentation. Hold on. Miss Arlene, can I share? There you go. All right. So, good afternoon, everybody. I'm past President Bea de Guzman from the Rotary Club of Green Hills. And as a 6-year-old Rotarian, I joined when I was, I think, 22 years old. And one of the best things I like about Rotary as an organization is that in order for us to survive, we have to keep riding the tide, meaning we need to keep adapting to the fast changing times. And I'm very happy that we are keeping the DisCon tradition alive via Zoom. So to start this off, I would like to ask everyone who joined us today a very basic question. So do you know who amongst your leaders are the potential new generation leaders? So no, you don't have to answer right away, but you may want to ask your club this question during your club planning. And you may new generation Rotarians, but we must remember, just like in any other organization or group, not everyone can be a leader. And we must go back to Leadership 101 and define what a good leader is. So they are visionary, charismatic, assertive, they can be able to connect with others, they are innovative, persuasive, they are resilient, they have a need to get things done, and they know how to take risks. But most importantly, they must be introspective as well. So they must have the ability to examine one's own conscious thoughts and feelings. So once your club has identified the potential new generation leaders are, we must mix the definition of what a leader is and who the millennials are. So from the definition of Gov Oyan, let's mix that both together and then identify what the activities the millennials will be interested in. And the best thing to do is to actively listen to their ideas. Try to include them in your planning sessions and listen to their ideas. If their ideas are acceptable to the majority, then well and good. But should our ideas sound too bizarre or eccentric, then it may be best to come up with a solution or an agreement that is both good for the young ones and the young ones. So it's a compromise also. The new generation leaders must see and feel that they are part of the club. They need to see their purpose sa clubs natin. And let's just think of it as our business's succession plan. So there. This will be the best time to take advantage of our current situation and engage the new generation leaders. We can engage them by asking them to help out during virtual meetings. We can ask them to help out with COVID-19 club projects kasi sila yung medyo mas free lumabas ngayon. And let's ask them to call the shots. So just like what Francis Kong said in his speech last Distas, as well as what Gov Oyan said a while ago, our methods will change, but our mission remains the same. Sorry. So again, our methods will change, but our mission remains the same. And let us remember, it is also important for us to take risks sometimes, and we learn and grow not by staying only inside the box, but we learn most from outside the box. Let's make Rotary a safe space for new generation leaders, where new generation leaders can experiment, can make mistakes, and learn from those mistakes. Let us be forgiving when we are teaching the new generation leaders. So like a baby learning to walk, when they fall down, we don't scold them for falling down, but we hold them back up and encourage them to try again. So let's not make it an organization where being in Rotary feels like it's work. So millennials use Rotary as an avenue where they can freely express their passions, be creative, and use Rotary as a learning space. So before we can engage these new leaders, it is a must for us to transform and revolutionize the image of Rotary to attract new generation leaders. So once we have them in, it is important for clubs to try to be creative so we can engage these new leaders. But it is also important for us to understand and be one with our traditions as a club. So basically, what I'm trying to say is for us to engage new generation members, we need to make the first step. Get to know them, share stories with them, maybe grab a beer or two, be their mentor, be their friend. And there's no one, and I agree with Gov Oyan, there's no one-size-fits-all solution to this recurring problem, but this is the best time to try out your solutions. If it's not effective, throw it out. We need to fail fast and learn faster to be able to thrive in these changing times. So after all, a failed solution is better than not trying any solution at all. Thank you.
Okay na. Okay na. Thank you, Bea. Bea is from the Rotary Club of Green Hills, and at present, she is a counselor here in San Juan. That's a very interesting topic, Bea.
Thank
Now,
you, Gov.
our next speaker is past President Alvin Santiago. Past President Alvin Santiago is a very inspiring president. He's chairman of Pan Familia Celebrity Bake Shop, chairman of Ideal Prime Ventures International Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, IPP Alvin from the Rotary Club of Ortigas Center. Alvin?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Governor Mariluco. Good afternoon to all of you, to all our dignitaries, our dear governors present, Rotarians, classmates, my club RCOC Ortigas Center, and my Rotary friends from Argentina, from Spain, Malaysia, China. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the poll right now. You can also look at the poll. The first question is, how old are you? And it's not so surprising is that most of those that are with us this afternoon are aged 40, 50 to 60 years old. So these are the new set of leaders that are potentially to be running the district very soon. As presented by our keynote speaker, PDG Oyan earlier, those that can share what they have are those in the upper portion of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let me present to you what I believe and experience to be is the 5-stage process in developing new generation of Rotary leaders. In any organization, there are certain expectations in all leadership positions. More often than not, leaders are those who at first don't aim for the position, but they seem to have the qualities the organization is looking for. As Arthur Conan says, mediocrity knows nothing higher than itself, but talent instantly recognizes genius. But I'd like to say to all of you this afternoon, genius recognizes talent. A great leader has the ability to spot or recognize those talented members of the organization. Now, talent comes with hard work. But talent had to become a skill, as RID Director Rafi Garcia once said. But when everyone is hardworking, the talented outshines the rest. Let us now look into how one starts in Rotary. And knowingly or unknowingly, by will or by someone pushing just like I was pushed, climb the ladder of leadership. First stage, it's what we call qualification. For someone to be a Rotary leader, he must first know who we are and what we do. Di ba dapat kilala niya tayo at bakit gusto natin silang makasama at gusto niya tayong makasama? A person needs to see his passion and mission aligned with the mission and activities of Rotary for him to truly enjoy Rotary. Enjoyment is in a party is different. That is fun, though we have parties here too. Joy is something deeper, more spiritual than material. It is the expression of that inner longing of man to do good as we are created good. To level our expectations, Rotarians are here to give something to the community around us and to the world. Rotary is not an income opportunity as I used to think when I was a young professional. Now, I've realized that Rotary is an avenue to do good for others. If one's motive is something else than Rotary, then Rotary is not a perfect fit. I am not saying though that we are not allowed to do business with Rotarians, we actually encourage that. But that is not and cannot be the main goal, because if that is, all seasoned Rotarians here may attest that those people don't stay long in the club. Paano pa magiging leader yung nawawala? So the question is service your intention and passion? Another qualification one must ask himself is, are you ready for Rotary? One piece of cheerful yet very clever advice I got from a seasoned Rotarian when I was inducted as a member is this: you must be ready with a little time, a little talent, and a little treasure. After going through the process of being Rotarized, I realized that what District Secretary Benji Liboro actually meant was get yourself ready with not little, but really extra treasure, extra time, and harnessed talent so I can be an asset to the club. The next level is like taking someone to the beach. You first show how beautiful it is. A great experience is what makes a prospective Rotarian leader stay, enjoy, and set his feet in the water. Enjoy the fellowship. Enjoy the learning of the culture we have in Rotary. That culture should be fun, welcoming, and aligned to what the new generation is looking for. They are looking for service projects, as mentioned by two first speakers before me. The opportunity we offer in Rotary to do good to others is one characteristics we are all well known and well loved for. People want to brush elbows with those that are doing good. We like to wear the hat, the shirt, the jacket with Rotary logo on it, while planting trees and distributing food bags to the less fortunate. Am I right? On top of the joy in service, welcome new Rotarians and new members as if they are longtime friends. Share light moments with them, ask their opinion, get them involved in conversation. Have them talk about their classification. Be creative in engaging new members, your potential new leaders. And now, when they are enjoying the service that we have and your club, now it is time to get them Rotarized. The club leadership stage. As your prospective Rotary leader enjoy friendship, fellowship, and projects in Rotary, give them a vice committee chair or committee chair responsibility. Mentor them. Show how to do projects or tasks fitted to their line uh, of expertise. Make them attend the online courses offered at Rotary.org. Younger leaders are looking for progress, and this is an opportunity for us to grow. As I was mentored by Lieutenant Governor Luz Cotoco, I would like to thank you so much. Most of our Rotary leaders that we have right now, please do the same to new Rotarians like I was. Based on their performance, this is where you separate the wheat from the chaff. My challenge to you is, will you be an asset to your club? Step number 4. The culture of excellence. Oh, gustong-gusto ko ito sa Rotary. Our commitment to excellence inspires the young prospective leaders to be a better version of themselves. Intellectual leaders are not impressed when projects and tasks are done haphazardly. Remember, leaders want to get associated with Rotary because they're expecting high yet practical standards. Be highly organized in your projects and tasks. Be the inspiration to the new generation of leaders. Let the new members and prospective leaders go through these 4 stages in proper sequence. I'd rather say 5. No shortcuts, and you are sure to find a new leader with the right heart and work ethics to promote our cause. And that is service above self. Leadership is never about age. It's all about preparation. For others, it may be short, while to some may take forever depending on the commitment one is able to give. So the last level, I think, and I propose to all of us this afternoon is the leadership stage. When the leader is fully Rotarized, shown his commitment to excellence and integrity, produce great results in his club, we now have a potential leader in the district. Following the same methodology that you can see in my presentation right now, you start with experience, then they get rotarized, and then get them ready to swim in the ocean, and then let them work with the big boys in the district. Following this methodology, we will be able to qualify a Rotary generation leader fitted for a higher level of commitment, serving the district, leading the leaders. We can start at stage 2 again when we are done with the whole process. Okay? Let the new leader set his foot on the water again, give them minor tasks. If the person is verified fitted for the job, give them higher responsibility. Again, genius recognizes talent. The club, the district, and Rotary International are always on the lookout for talented, generous, and people committed to excellence. I believe most of these people that are potential Rotary leaders we are looking for is here in this breakout session right now. So my challenge to you is this. Are you going to show us what you've got? Rotary is an avenue to express the best in you. Congratulations, this is IPP Alvin Santiago. Greeting everyone. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Past President Alvin. You have so many suggestions, and I know these suggestions will really touch the hearts of any prospective Rotarians, and most especially your young Rotarians in your club. And I know they really appreciate it. And I just know I appreciate it also because you are one of my very inspiring presidents. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alvin. Our next speaker, panelist, is Past President Fabi Cadiz from the Rotary Club of Marikina. He was a counselor in Marikina from 2010 to 2019. He's a serving president, and he is the present chair of our district disaster committee. And this guy has done a lot during this pandemic period. So, ladies and gentlemen, our Vice Mayor, my favorite Vice Mayor from Marikina, Past President Fabi Cadiz.
Magandang hapon po sa lahat ng mga champion Rotarians who are inside this breakout session room. Maraming salamat po, Past District Governor Marilu po, for your very kind introduction. Unang-una ako'y natutuwa sapagkat our resource speaker, Past District Governor Oyan, shared the same passion as our RI President Mark Daniel Maloney, that to ensure the success of Rotary in the next 100 years, we have to attract the new generations. When Rotary International President Mark Daniel Maloney explained his vision for building a stronger Rotary, he called on leaders and members to expand connections to their communities. He said, his first emphasis is to grow Rotary, to grow our service, to grow the impact of our projects, but most importantly, to grow our membership so that we can achieve more. Maloney believes that connecting to the new generations and developing them as future Rotary leaders are the heart of the Rotary experience this Rotary year 2019 2020. Rotary Rotary is now in a crossroads because of two great challenges that we are facing. Remember during the speech of our beloved RI Director Rafi Garcia, his coronavirus experience to his family is really very, very, very great. In a sense that his wife, his spouse, was sickened by this coronavirus. The coronavirus pandemic arguably is the challenge, the greatest challenge of our generation. The world suddenly stopped and the future of humanity became uncertain. Mind you, it is not the blonde-haired boy with a ballpen in his hands who is the problem child of the universe. It is the green figure with the crown-like appendages which endangered our lives and putting misery to billions of people in the years to come. Second, Rotary is aging to oblivion. A while ago, that was what our resource speaker said. EDG Oyan mentioned that Rotary is becoming older and older. In fact, 70% of the members of Rotary worldwide is above 50 years old, and only 11% are below the age of 40. This is especially true in first world countries. It seems Rotary is aging to oblivion if we cannot attract the younger generations. Realizing this, President Maloney and past District Governor Oyan challenged us to grow Rotary by connecting to the younger generation. The new generation. Well, we must not look far and wide because the great resource of future Rotary leaders is in our doorstep. In fact, they are a part of the Rotary family. They are inside of our Rotary homes. Interact, Rotaract, Rotary Youth Exchange, Rotary Youth Leadership Awards. These are actually part of Rotary. This is the new generation, which is the fifth avenue of service. These groups of people are a load mine of future Rotary leaders, already familiar and trained in the Rotary way. What a great resource they are. 500,000 interactors spread in 20,000 clubs in 150 countries. 250,000 Rotaractors in 180 countries in over 12,000 Rotaract clubs. Let us develop them as Rotary leaders now. How about inviting them to our activities? That's what PDG Oyan said a while ago. Engage them. In addition to the ladies' night, we can invite them to one of our regular meetings, maybe during the World Interact Week. And we will call that meeting Selfie sa mga kabataan night. Let the Rotaractors be a part of the career guidance talks of our clubs. Let them speak in front of high school students to help them choose their careers. Engage them. Well, This is a very familiar figure in District 3800, a pillar not only in our district, because he is the Regional Rotary Foundation Chairman. He is one of the most outstanding Rotaract alumnus, a former member of the Rotary Club of Marikina, past District Governor June Parcon, a prime example of a Rotaractor who was developed by Rotarians. Well, the new generation is the millennial of our society. Technology is part of their daily life. Sila yung mga may hilig sa social media. Maraming nakakakilala sa kanila. Mag-TikTok lang, may 100,000 views sa loob ng isang araw. Mag-tweet lang, may libo-libong likes at retweet na kaagad. Magaling sila sa social networking, kaya alam na alam nila ang nangyayari. Kaagad-agad, saan man lupalop ng mundong ito. Dahil sa panahon nila, sila yung gumagamit at sila ang nag-uso sa mga Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Instagram. Ang mga high-tech na millennial na ito ay ang mga original sa mga virtual na gawain. They live most of their time in the virtual world. They can chat with persons who are not in front of them. They can work outside the usual offices, but inside the virtual offices in their homes. Mind you, their enthusiasm, energy, and passion that are confined within the virtual worlds are ready to be released in the real world. Most of the millennials do community work. Most of them are engaged in charity. A lot of them are principled, idealistic, and advocates of a cause. Just like what PDG Oyen said, they are greenies, they are environmentalists. Pagka may nakita silang kalbo sa bundok, atat na kaagad silang tamnan ang mga deforested areas na iyan. Marami sa kanila ang nag-volunteer bilang frontliner sa panahon ng COVID pandemic. Most of the millennials want to be leaders. They can be workhorse of the organization, but they wanted something in return. They wanted to be mentored, nurtured, and guided because they want to be like their Lodi in Rotary. Make Rotary the real home of the new generation. Their raw energy, enthusiasm, and passion are waiting to be fine-tuned like a 24-karat glittering diamond by veterans and Lodis in our club. Rotarians, let us connect forever to the new generation. And in return, the new generation will champion the cause of Rotary forever. Maraming salamat po. Pagpugay po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Vice President Fabi. Well, I think we learned a lot from your talk. We really appreciate it. And I know many of the Rotarians have been giving me comments saying that they really like what you told them. Now we are going to have some questions. Many questions have been sent to me. I would like to start with the first question, directed to PDG Oyan. PDG Oyan,
Yes po.
PDG Oyan, do you think Rotaractors can afford Rotary? And what is the difference in the juice of Rotaractors and Rotarians? We need to know. This question comes from past President Laura Andal.
Well, as far as it's always if you take a look at the juice of Rotaractors, although it's not yet final, it's quite affordable. You know, it's quite affordable. It's not as expensive as Rotarians. But at the end of the day, my fellow Rotarians, we can always make it affordable if we want to bring them in. I'm sorry to say this, it is becoming expensive because of how we make Rotary to be. Now, if we really want to attract these young people, these Rotaractors into our folds, then we have to be inventive in the way we do things and make it much more affordable, not just for Rotarians, but as well as for Rotaractors and young professionals. Thank you.
Thank you. Another question. Since Rotary is becoming a little bit expensive, I heard about Satellite Club. Perhaps our club can sponsor a satellite club. This question comes from past President Noel Quico.
Is it directed to me as well, Gov? Yes. You know what? The Satellite Club is a very, very nice innovation, flexibility option in Rotary. What the difference between chartering a Rotary Club is that when you charter, it's full blown. It's like 25 or more. Tapos, and then they're immediately pressed into doing Rotary all at the same time. So the difference between a satellite club is you get small people, 8 people, di ba? Kaunti pa lang sila, and then guide them, nurture them. And this is also very good to form a satellite club far from where you meet. Di ba? If somebody is from that locality, somebody can guide them. 8 people, 10 people, until they become charter strength. And I believe that there are more success now there are now more successful Rotary clubs that start off from being a satellite club, as opposed from other means as well. Because you know that Rotary clubs die. A lot of Rotary clubs die within the first 2 years. So I believe that this is a very good option, and you can try this satellite clubs. Thank you.
Now there's a question for past President Alvin Santiago. What about other clubs which are not tech savvy? How can we reach them? This comes from Roderick Cabilin. And the question is directed to past President Alvin Santiago.
Hi, thank you so much for that question. Don't worry, this too shall pass. All right. So sometime soon we will be meeting again, and I'm very positive of that. Now, it is an opportunity for the younger members to help those senior members to use their cell phones and get connected, because as of the moment, we don't have a choice. And so just help each other. Again, don't worry, this too shall pass.
Now the question is,
Yes.
okay, this question is for past President Bea. Bea, how much do you think will be the reasonable charge that a club can charge now that we are in this pandemic situation?
Thank you, Gob.
Can we expect a discount? This is from Eldatan.
Thank you, Gob. I think the most reasonable amount that we can ask for the club dues would be should be limited to the basic dues, like for the for the PRM, the payment for the PRM, the payment for the governor's fees, and all the district fees that we have to cover. As for the projects, as of the moment, we can limit it on a project basis, and they can share whatever they can, since everyone is affected by this pandemic. We can be considerate sa pagdating naman sa members natin. Oh yes, go.
Thank you. Another question from Abel Lopez. How can we make our Zoom meeting interesting since we do not meet physically? Addressed to Gov Oyan. Gov Oyan?
Yes, there's
Question
there's lots
from
of,
Abel Lopez.
okay, yes. There's lots of ways to make it. I've been through a lot of presentations, webinars. Yes, webinars lately. Not just in Rotary. I've been to webinars in business entrepreneurship shows where there was 27,000 people who joined, and you have to make it lively. So kailangan meron kang inject na something amusing, sort of something which is directed towards your target audience. And ito lang sinabi ko nga sa inyo, make it short. We're so used to a 45 to 1 hour presentation. No, it's now 15 minutes. Make your point in 15 minutes. That's it. We're all so tired of Zoom meetings already. Okay, a great Zoom meeting is 30 to 45 minutes, and that's it.
True.
Yes, po.
Okay. There's a question. Will there be some sort of a discount in our RI juice, do you think? Gov Oyan? From Claire De La Rosa. Do you think there will be some sort of a discount from RI?
Mama ko pa ba muna?
Sige. Yes.
Well, there. That's a hard question to answer. But it should start from us. Probably. I think it's if we want to make more people join Rotary, I think we need to reassess the way Rotary assesses us, as well as our clubs assesses us as well.
Okay. I think that's about all the questions that are given to me. Perhaps the panelists can ask Gov Oyan. Alvin, do you want to ask a question to Gov Oyan?
Hi, Gov.
No, Gov Marilu, this is the first time that I've had this kind of panelist as well. I'd have to say that beyond my simple presentation, wow, they really added a lot of colors and informations coming from young professionals such as you, and not just young professionals, highly esteemed people in political and professional as well. I'm so glad. I'm very glad to be with you guys. I'm very glad. Now, fire away.
Thank you. Since my name was called, I have to go first. Actually, I don't really have a question for Governor, but I'd rather say that I agree with the time of meetings, and we have to reinvent how we meet. It has to be more fun. And I observed that in many meetings, we can invite guests from other parts of the world. Come on, just invite people. In your meeting, it's just like today, I have a guest from Spain. I cannot do this if it's not locked down and we're not meeting over Zoom. All right, so Thank you,
Good.
Gov, for that very good sharing.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, I want to say something. I heard a lot of news that there are some old clubs. There are some old clubs which are not anymore meeting. They are not anymore meeting because I think they are not so used to having this Zoom meeting. So how can we save them? They are not actually meeting anymore because I heard that several percent of clubs will die, will close, will fold. And then even in our district, I heard also, not only in our district, and also in other districts, that there are some clubs which are not anymore meeting because they are not used to this kind of Zoom meeting. Because you know, Rotary is fellowship, service and fellowship. So how can, they said, how can we have fellowship if we just meet through Zoom meeting? So that is the problem. They have been calling me about that. When I found out that we're going to have something like this, I received about 3 or 4 calls about that they might fold up. Gov Oyan, you are an
Um,
expert.
Gob, let me just cite to you some numbers. There are now more than about 10 million. Ano, how many more? How many? There are now millions of jobs that are being lost. And there, I just saw in the news a while ago that there are about 3,000 plus companies that have already folded up. Unfortunately, during these times, there are going to be some casualties. There are going to be some casualties. And survival mode na po tayo ngayon eh. And if we don't stay relevant, and if we don't move and stay ahead of the curve, we are not going to make it. Let's just hope that after these are all over, that these people are still there. This is the kasi talagang ang hinahanap talaga ng what they're looking for are fellowship. They want every single week because they're all cooped up in their house right now, and they simply want somebody to talk to shake their hands and hug. But unfortunately, Rotary could not provide that right now. So for all of those people and all of those clubs that can do it, do so please, and increase your ranks through this technology, whatever that is, whether it be Zoom, Google Meet, what have you. Ang dami pong pwede, but make it interesting. And I think this is also an opportunity to grow our fold. Opportunity. In every crisis, there is an opportunity. Sabi nga, ang ganda nga ng Chinese eh. Yung opportunity na una before the crisis. And I think this is it. This is it. Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you, Gov Oyan. Now I would like to ask our counselor here, Bea. Bea, I would like to get from you some ideas coming from a young person like you, how you yourself will invite people like you, young, intelligent, beautiful, about 2 or 3 tips that you can give us. Bea.
Thank you, Gov. Maybe the best way to invite people like me, sabi niyo nga po, would be, yun nga po katulad nung nabanggit ko kanina, the first thing we should do is to revamp our image. Let's take out the image na it's only for the rich, it's only for the successful. Let's make it attractive na it is somewhere I can learn, it's somewhere I can meet a lot of people. That's what's attractive sa millennials. We need to see it as an opportunity, katulad nga po ng sabi ni Gov Oyan. And maybe the best thing that we can do is that katulad po sa club ninyo, Gov Marilu, we have second generation Rotarians who can invite their friends as well to join us. And kailangan, we need to start the change from our own clubs. So hindi po pwedeng isa lang natin sila basta-basta. So if we need to attract, we need to also change. some of the traditions that we've already had. Siguro po, if I may, Gov. Marilu, if I may add dun sa answer ni Gov. Oyan kanina, just to share my club's recent meetings, we've already had games after the meetings para lang we can still keep the connection. We've had, ano pa ba? Siguro uso ngayon, Gov, yung mga inuman sessions. Yan, medyo ano yan.
Ano yun? Ano yun?
Inuman po.
Okay.
Inuman. So, electronic inuman na po siya. So, medyo in po yan sa younger crowd ngayon. So, medyo nagawa na po namin yan sa club namin. So, a good thing with Zoom, natutunan na po ng members namin. And mas marami pa pong, in fact, uma-attend sa Zoom meetings namin as compared to the physical meetings.
Good. Good. That's a very good sign. Very good sign. What about our favorite vice mayor? I think many of your members are more or less senior citizen, but I think they are very, very savvy when it comes to using Zoom, isn't it? Can you share with us? Your club is one of the most successful club in the district, and I admire many of your members, and we ought to learn a lot from them. Perhaps you can share one or two or three things about your very, very successful club.
We're actually, we are very lucky in the Rotary Club of Marikina. Napakaswerte po namin. Dahil meron po kaming PDG June Parbon. Despite the fact that he is a member of the, hindi naman baby boomer si PDG June eh. He is a member of the X generation. X generation po siya. So, kumbaga, we are really very, very much surprised, but we admire him so much. Dahil nga naman, he was the one who really convinced us to use the Zoom as a portal of our online meetings. Palagay ko nga, even in the district, he was the one who encouraged us in the district to use the Zoom as the portal for online meetings. And surprisingly, I agree with past President Bea na ang meeting namin, attendance, really almost double. Kasi nga naman, yung mga younger generation ay tinuruan yung aming mga, sabihin natin, mga members ng baby boomer generation to use this technology. And lo and behold, ay our attendant Zoom up because of our Zoom online meetings. Pero hindi naman kami tumitigil dyan. Actually, nagkakaroon kami ng parapon pagka kami nagkakaroon ng mga meetings sa Rotary Club of Marikina. Fellow champion Rotarians, talagang problema itong COVID. But if you will notice, the government is slowly relaxing the quarantine restrictions. In our club, during that time of our transforming President Jerome, we are exploring the possibility of having hybrid meetings. Hybrid. Somebody will attend in person our regular meetings, but then again, it will be aired through the Zoom. So everybody still can have a chance. Those who are members of the baby boomer generation, pwede sila mag-attend through Zoom because there's still restrictions for them not to go out. But for the younger generation who are na wala namang restriction per se, except that you cannot meet in a place with more than 10 attendees, pwede po silang mag-attend nitong hybrid meetings.
Yeah, thank you very much, Past President Fabi. You know, your club, Marikina Club, is one club that I really admire
Thank you.
because whenever I attend your meeting, my God, your attendance is really very legendary. Naiiba.
Because,
Napakadaming attendees.
because we welcome and
Yes.
respect fellow Rotarians from other clubs.
Correct. And you are so friendly. And I have many friends from your club. Bawa ko sa club mo. Club nyo.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. And last question for Gov Oyan. Gov Oyan. Where's Gov Oyan?
Yeah, po, yes po.
Nawala ka sa Gov Oyan?
Dito po.
Okay, Gov Oyan. You have been the membership coordinator in 2014 and 2015, I think. So you're so well adversed when it comes to membership. That is why you are my favorite speaker when it comes to membership. Few things lang. I just want you to give me tips on what you do in your club, to keep your members. Personally, in your club, what do you do so that you will keep your members, especially in this pandemic period, just in your club, so that we might learn something from you?
Okay, let me be very, very honest with you about my Rotary Club. My Rotary Club is still an all-male club, and that's not that's not bad. That's not bad. But the one thing different about my Rotary Club is we're sort of like a fraternity. Fraternity in a Rotary way. So we are very steep with traditions, and because of this, all of our past presidents are still with us, and it's we actually meet in. It's very cheap for us to meet. In fact, later on, I'm here in Baguio right now. You know where we meet? We meet in a school cafeteria. We meet in a school cafeteria where the beer is only 35 pesos. We are the only Rotary Club in Baguio where we do not meet in the Baguio Country Club. So I mean, those little ways works for us. Those little ways work for us. But at the end of the day, it's our deeply rooted tradition. Quote unquote, that makes us I'm actually now a resident of Pasig. I'm there in Manila. I just came up yesterday and I'm going down again Tuesday. But at the end of the day, it is the deeply rooted tradition that keeps us together, and our numbers are still there. We do not grow as fast as we need to be because of our deeply rooted tradition, but our retention rate is one of the best in the district. Thank you, Pa.
I would like to welcome our RIP, our aide, PDG Jess Licdao. I think he's there with us. Now, there's a question from Garrick Ang. Why not do a district-wide training using video conference technology? Who is going to answer that? Why not do a district-wide training using video conference technology? Gavoyan.
There are certain
Can you answer
constraints.
that?
Yes, there are certain constraints in video technology. Number one, the number of people that can join in, and then these are one of the things. What you're seeing right now is a webinar, and there are a lot of things as well to do that. It can be broadcasted live in Facebook, and it can be broadcasted live in YouTube. So those are there's a lot of innovations, and you can make it like there's also other options, like there's one I use in my company. It's like a production, and when when I was also in a webinar format, it's a webinar format, there were 27,000 people who were joining. And so let's there's lots of options, but we need to constantly experiment with them, whatever works. That's it. I think that's the most my most important message there is, we need to be relevant to our target customers. Kailangan magugustuhan nila kung ano yung pinag-uusapan natin. If they don't see the things that we're talking about is encouraging or relevant to them, you'll see that the numbers of people are dropping. Makikita niyo yan doon sa chat eh. Makikita niyo sa chat doon sa number of participants bumababa. So, we just need to make it short and relevant to whoever is watching our training session. We don't need to make it all in one day. In fact, you can only make it in half a day, 1 hour, 2 hours, and that's it. And the next day, iba na naman. And that's, you can make a continuous training session for the whole week. You don't need to cram it up in 1 or 2 days. Innovate. Thank you, Paul.
Rotary Club of Butian ng Pasig. We are talking of reinventing Rotarian commitment to uphold Rotary's motto of service above self, considering the financial downside of millennials, whom we are eyeing to be the future of Rotary. Will the more stable senior Rotarians be willing to step aside and just finance and allow the younger set to rule? And do we have an assurance that the young ones would respect Rotary protocols, considering their passion to disregard conventions? Go, Boyan.
Well, my take on this, if you take a look at as well, yung pinakita ko sa inyo, what I showed you is the totem pole, not the totem pole, is the pyramid of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yes, at the end of the day, we can finance them, but at the end of the day, are they psychologically and emotionally, hindi ba? I mean, what you're talking about is helping other people, but I think first and foremost, they're the person that needs to be helped. Hindi ba? They've lost their job. They now cannot pay for their cars. They are now about to lose their house where they rent. Hindi ba? And I think they should be the one that we will be helping. Just an honest take. Kaya nga, I showed you the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, di ba? Nandun na tayo. In Rotary, we're talking about self-actualization doon sa taas eh. But if you lose those things, if you do not have anything to put on your table to eat right now, then all of those goes away. All of those motivations goes away. Nagkakaroon ka, at the end of the day, it goes back to you. And maybe that should be what we're doing, di ba? Helping those people around us that are potential Rotarians, di ba? That just thank you, Pa.
From Julie Malaya, given the culture of Rotary nurtured by 70% of Rotarians aged 50 and above and with stable source of income or who have made their fortune already, and who can spend or willing to spend a lot for the cause of Rotary, how can you encourage the new generation to join them? Won't they feel being left behind? For past President Fabi Cadiz.
Yes, that is a very, very good question coming from past President Julie Malaya. Yes, from Julie Malaya.
Yeah. I will read again the question.
No.
The question is.
Okay. Yes, can you please read again the question? Can you please read again the question?
Okay. Given the culture of Rotary nurtured by 70% of Rotarians aged 50 and above, and with a stable source of income, or who have made their fortune already, and who can spend or willing to spend a lot for the cause of Rotary, how can you encourage the new generation to join them? Won't they feel being left behind?
Yes, as I have said a while ago, the young generations, they have their lodis or idols. In let us say in the Rotary organization, the members of the older members, the older and successful members of the Rotary organization. So, babalikan po natin yung sinabi ko kanina na kailangan po na they should be mentored, nurtured, and guided, especially in these troubled times during this COVID pandemic. As past District Governor Oyan said a while ago, the COVID pandemic, it's hard the millennial generation. Kaya nga mas kailangan po natin na talagang yakapin ang mga younger generation. Let us guide them, mentor them, nurture them, and for them to really have a payback kung sila ay sasali sa Rotary or become active members of the Rotary. These young professionals ay gusto rin naman nilang makita what are in store for them. So the Lodis of Rotary can provide the answers, the help that they needed now during the COVID pandemic.
Okay. From past President Ruby Lacuna, what generation is the best to invite to Rotary? Generation X or Generation Y, the millennials, if ever? How can we keep them alive in Rotary during this pandemic? For past IPP, Alvin Santiago. IPP Alvin? Oh, IPP Alvin.
Cannot unmute my, yes, there you go. Thank you for unmuting me. As for me, it's just like what I told in the lecture. It's not much of the age. It's about preparation because it's about the mission. How can you help others if you cannot help yourself first? Just like in the Maslow's theory, we cannot mistake that those that are in the lower strata will be the ones to be at the top helping others. You have to help yourself first. Meaning when you get into a certain level of success, then that's the starting point. Now, that doesn't require age. There are Gen X, there are millennials today who are earning by the millions. I know what I'm talking about. All right, some of my distributors earns 200,000 a week. They are so qualified. All right, so it's not about the age. It's not about who to invite, but let us qualify. Just like in any sales proposition, you qualify whoever the good audience is for Rotary.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now, this is from Laura Andal. On the topic of developing new leaders, it is my observation that year in, year out in our district events and in heading committees, district leaders tap on the same senior Rotarians. Wouldn't it be prudent to include young Rotarians to take the lead under the mentoring of senior Rotarians? Sure enough, fail, but it is in failure they will learn. Can I ask also past President Bienvenido C. Angeles to say something about that? My favorite district secretary.
So sorry,
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Yeah, yes,
Would
please.
you like me to repeat the question?
Yes, please go.
On the topic of developing new leaders, it is my observation that year in and year out, in district events and in heading committees, district leaders tap on the same senior Rotarians. Wouldn't it be prudent to include young Rotarians to take the lead under the mentoring of senior Rotarians? Sure, some might fail, but it is in failure they will learn.
That's a very good point. And that's really, I think, what should be the trust. And that's what the discussion is all about. You know, developing new leaders. So let's try them out. I'm sure there are fresh new talents out there which we haven't tried. And that's really is the point. Let's see, and we know they can do something, and they can even do better. No? We don't have a monopoly of the talents in the district or in any organization. There are always, particularly the young ones now. As Bea said, they are taking risks. They are very active. They want to try new things.
There's another question, and I would like to direct it to Past President Ruby. Is it possible, Past President Ruby? Are you there? From Neves Custodio. This is for Past President Ruby Reyes. Aside from attracting young members to be Rotarians, we hope to see the merging of the old Rotarians and young Rotarians in terms of district leaders. How do you think we can implement this? I am a young Rotarian, but I have seen every year same faces and same names as district leaders and officers. That's a good question. Past President Ruby,
Yes.
can you give us your
Thank you.
thoughts on that?
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that's a very
Yes.
good question. Actually, I was about to ask that question if I was going to be asked to ask a question, because that is what I see nowadays, or every year, year in and year out, we see the same people manning the district. It would be very relevant if we tap the young generation to lead the district, not only to attract new members, the millennials into our clubs, but we should also try to tap the millennials to lead the district. Siguro it would be nice pag nag-meeting ng ganito, puro mga bata yung young faces ang nakikita natin instead of us baby boomers. Yeah, I was thinking about that already. Kanina, I was about to ask that kung if I would be given a chance to ask a question, I would really want to ask that if we could tap young Rotarians to lead the district. In fact, kung pwede, to be the next governor of the district.
Approved.
Thank you po.
Well, I would like to give my piece. Thank you very much, Ruby, for your opinion, and I respect it, and I like it also. But we seem to appoint the same officers year in and year out. But I think it's because many of them are reliable and many of them deliver. So I hope that this expertise of these seasoned Rotarians will trickle down to the new generation. That's why our topic is developing a new generation of club leaders. New generation of club leaders, not only in the club, but also in the district. We like to see new faces in the district. But even if we like to see new faces in the district, we want to see that they are reliable, they are efficient, they are honest, and they are going to do service above self and not service for self. And that is the very sad thing that will happen to Rotary if we have leaders who are working for themselves. We are in Rotary, and our number one motto is service above self. It's never service for self. Do you have any other reactions? Okay. Okay, Alvin,
Can I?
want to say something, Alvin?
Yeah, yes. Leadership at any level takes maturity. All right. So If you will be given a chance among being a Rotarian, then perhaps the first stage can be a vice chairman position in your own club. And then from there, if you perform well, then you'll be given a higher position. Leadership is never about getting inside and then being on top. It's about studying what the culture is all about. Yeah, I thank our governor. Yes, it is all about excellence because Rotary is about that. It cannot be about personalities, it's about service. And therefore, we equate that with quality. So if you'd like to be at the top of the pie, do good and do well. Commit to excellence. Thank you, Gov.
Thank you very much, our panelists. Past President Alvin, Bea,
Thank you.
and also
Our pleasure.
Past President
Thank you, Gov.
Bea, Past President Fabi. And of course, to our favorite speaker, Gov Oyan, to our rapporteur, Ruby Reyes, to Past President June Angeles, our segment coordinator. So thank you very much to all of you. This is a very enlightening and a very fruitful meeting. And I'm so happy that you were the ones in our group. I think a lot of people learn a lot from you. I myself learn a lot also. Govoyan, you are my favorite. I think I'm going to ask for your help again because I'm the regional coordinator for membership in our district, and I need to have several seminars.
Anytime.
And I need you. And perhaps I can ask the help of these panelists here. I'm so very much beholden to you. Ang gagaling po ninyo lahat. Past President Bea, Past President Fabi, Past President Alvin, and most especially, my favorite, ang bata-bata pa niya, my favorite Governor Oyan Villanueva. I'm going to call you again because in 1 month, we're going to have seminar again on membership. Suki ko na po siya. Now we're going to have a raffle. There are some rules. When your email address is flashed, type your full name in the chat box within 20 seconds to indicate your presence. Failure to do so will forfeit your prize. Prizes may be claimed at Emilio's Cafe and Restaurant, Corner E, Angeles Street, and A. Jose Street, Santo Tomas, Pasig City, beside Santo Tomas Chapel. Okay, be ready for our raffle. For consolation prize, we have twin burner stove. Okay. Ano pa?
Okay, Marie Claire, you have 20 seconds.
Mary Claire, you're a winner.
Yeah, we just saw her comment.
You saw the comment?
Yes, Gov.
Yeah.
Okay, congrats. Where is the name?
I'll send it to
Very
our
clear.
group, Gov.
Yeah, she's commenting on the chat.
Okay. Okay, very clear. I saw it already. Thank you. Now, another one, Anabishi 20 inches box fan. Anabishi 20 inches box fan.
Ikot na ang ruleta.
Sinong nanalo? Wala.
Oh, Paula, iCats. You have 20 seconds.
Comment your name.
Wala.
Submit.
Oh, Paula. Paula. iCats@gmail.com. Okay?
Nag-submit.
Wala po yata.
Wala pa ba?
Wala.
Oh, naka 20 seconds ba, Arlene?
Opo.
Okay, so we
No, no more, no more.
we draw again for the same price. RBB Bukaya. 20 seconds.
RBBO@gmail.com. Anabishi 20-inch box fan.
Timer, Arlene.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
9,
9,
8,
8, 7,
7,
6,
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
gone.
Gone. Yan, may music pa. Rainier, Laksamana. Time starts now. 20 seconds.
Rainier Laksamana.
Ten seconds.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's gone.
Gone.
Sayang mga they left
Wala
na
na
siguro.
sila.
Okay. LAGC. 1828 at yahoo.com.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Gone. Sayang. er.millie_0323 yahoo.com.ph. Time's running.
10 seconds.
Is that Millie
There she
Francisco?
is. Yes.
Meron sa chat. Yeah, meron sa chat right now.
Congratulations.
All right.
Oh,
That's
congratulations, Millie.
Francisco.
It's a 20-inch box fan.
Wow.
Next prize is a Bowman 1.8-liter rice cooker. Oi, Flor Savino.
ASP Floor.
I just saw your text. Hey, you're just a chat.
Yeah, you always look great, DS Dan. No?
Yeah,
DS June. Wow.
Present.
Hey, congratulations, Flor. Okay, for the final prize, yung ating main prize, a 32-inch TV. Let's go.
Wow. Kitchen Web.
Kitchen Web 88.
88.
Kitchen Web. Time's running.
Jinky
Okay.
Saberon.
Right over there, Jinky.
Champion din.
Present, Jinky?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a winner, Jinky Saberon of
Wow.
Metro Nova, Caloocan.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
I would like to thank all our guest speakers, our guest speaker, Gov Oyan, all our panelists, VIP Alvin, Past President Bea, Past President Fabi, Rapporteur Ruby, also our segment coordinator June Angeles. Thank you very much for this very wonderful and very enlightening seminar. I hope we'll have more of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Bottom
for
of
all
my
those who
heart,
attended
I'm
our
so happy.
seminar. Thank you.
I'm so happy that you did your job well. Really, all of you. So I know we
pleasure.
have all of you
Thank
are
you.
good speakers. Perhaps we can use you also in our future events when we have our membership seminar under my committee, under regional coordinator for membership. I hope you can. I can ask your help. I've
Surely
been
go.
very impressed with you guys. I've been very impressed with you guys. Thank you very
Surely go.
much.
Anytime,
All the
Gov.
participants. Yes. You said anytime. What about Fabi? Past
Anytime.
President
Basta
Fabi.
kayo po.
Anytime. Bea.
Sure,
Anytime. Okay. So, tinulat ko yan. Well, it has been a very wonderful afternoon. That's all I can say. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.